Hello guys, welcome back to my workbench again on my new project, but will take a little while I suppose. I will give you a little bit of background information. The project I'm all about is about the resistance fighters in Norway in the 1940-1941, occupied by the Germans. And they made a little paraset, the Olga, and I endeavored to make a replica of that. It's going quite far actually. That consists of making a suitcase that can hold the receiver, the transmitter and the power supply. On my workbench already collected some items. For instance, my power supply. That was 2 times 350 volts, 6.3 volts and 235 volts. This is a transformer I made myself. So I have plenty of them. So I was very busy the last years. I kept making transformers and I didn't use them. So that's the advantage of making transformers, and you have something in stock. So there you go, with 2 times 350, 6.3, another 6.3 on the back, and we have 235 volts on the primary. On the bench you can see a double capacitor with a vernier drive. So we can actually make our tuning quite perfectly. This will have a frequency coverage of from 2 megahertz to 16 megahertz, so in 2 bands. So we have to make our coils ourselves. We have here something of a pipe of electrical wiring. It is 19 millimeters across, so we can make here 4 coils of it, one for the lower band and one for the higher band, plus the oscillator coils. So that's quite a thing to do, but there we go, we have some documentation about that. And for our scales, I saw that on the pictures, we can use a CD. We make a nice coverage around there and put our frequencies on there, so that would be nice. So if we can do that, we can fix that on this point here, so that will be okay. Then on my bench I have already some valves. I have ECH21 and that's a very old valve. It went about the 40s about when that came on the market. The socket, I have to clean that up of course. And then I have to order, I had ordered another one, so they will be waiting for me. I have to get them. Then we have our socket for our second ECH21. And then we have our triode, and that is double triode. This is 6SN7 double triode we have to use in that receiver. So there are 3 valves in our receiver. It is super hydrodyne, and it's not in how you call it, in a regen. That is a bit better. I think that were the Nordic people a bit more advanced. They did it prevent people getting caught. So actually I read about it. The set actually was buried in a grave, something like that, so that the Germans couldn't find him. That is very hilarious actually. And then we have of course our transmitting tube. That's 6L6. It's quite a worthy candidate to put in there. So that will be fun. So that should be up to 5 watts, something like that. Hopefully he gives no chirp or something like that, but then again you have to reduce voltage first if he does that. Anyway guys, so far so good. We have a schematic of, I don't know if you can see it, could be overexposed. Let's have a look if we can. I'll take this out of the way for a minute and put it a bit flat so it will do something here. Let's have a look. I'll show you the schematic and see what it will work. So hold on, we'll get this in proper view. So let's refocus that and we go a bit down with exposure. It becomes more clear. Okay? Well guys, there we go. I'll show you. We have, I didn't take those IF cans on another part, so I have to make some bogus IF cans up, so to make it look a bit old, so because they are quite modern, what I have there. But they are 455 kilohertz, and those what are in the schematic are 465, so there's no big deal. Then we have our coils here, the two bands, reception coils, and then we have the oscillator coils. Here there's nothing to write home about, so it's quite easy. ECH21. Here as an oscillator and a mixer at the same time. An amplifier goes on to our first IF can, to our second ECH21, the heptode section. Then we have the mixing of the normal signal and our oscillator into the second IF can. The oscillator will be provided by the 6 and I almost have trouble with that. The 6SN7, that will be the oscillator on this side, and there will be an AF amplifier on that side. And the second part of the ECH21 here, the triode section, will be also our AF part. So that was difficult now. Then there's nothing to report on this. It's quite obvious how this works. It will be nice to do it then. And then we have here our coils, just in coil details. Have it here on Litze silk wiring. You have some silk wiring, but I don't have 0.4 millimeters. I don't have 0.3 millimeters. Well, you can try that, but yeah. Anyway, it's only about the capacitance. It's all about if you use silk wiring, there's only about capacitance, and the way it's drawn here is spaced winding, so it doesn't come into this. Anyway, I have to get the details right, the size right, and have another switch. Coincidence, probably four two-way switches. You can see here. Well, chaps, this will be a lovely project to work on in the winter. It's coming up, of course. It keeps you off the straight, and it keeps you happy, and it keeps you busy. So that's very important. And the main thing is, and that will be a challenge, to get this oscillator going. I think I love that. I really do. See if that get the coverage I wanted to have. So it's always a challenge. Don't you think there's a pushover? There's not a pushover. It's almost a serious business. This. Anyway, it will be a lovely project. So it will contain our making from our receiver. That is in the first instance. Then we start off checking the receiver, of course, on my power supply I have here in the laboratory. power supply. I will check that out if that works. Then I will hopefully find another capacitor here. You can't see that. I have to zoom out again. Hold on. I have to zoom out again and I'll check my exposure. There we go. Let's have a look. Get it up, 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 up. Let me focus that for a moment. Okay. Now, I have a nice capacitor here. I need another capacitor for our transmitter. I don't have one. I don't think I have one. So I have to make something up. So let's see what I can do. Perhaps there's a radio market sooner or later. We have a 4th September. We have a radio market. Perhaps I will find one of those buggers. So that would be nice to find one of them. I only need one. I think I have one new brand new one here, 1000 picofarads, but I think it's a bit bigger, a bit too big for that. Anyway, there will be also a coil from a 15mm 2" diameter, but I presume 25-26 turns on there, all what I saw of it. So anyway guys, we will start this off. I will go to the shop one of those days and I will get my valve and I'll get my my sockets for this. There has to be stone sockets, not like that, like those here. I need one like that one. So you see, I need to use another one, a stone socket on the oscillator and the mixer. Always name a stone one if you take one of them or them. The chances are that there is an RF leak in there and then you're in trouble. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. So clean this up properly. And they are rim lock. They are different than octal. They are rim lock, so they have much finer pins. So you have to be careful with that. So anyway guys, so far so good on my introduction video, and I hope you will stay with me and enjoy the build of this, first of all this radio, this schematic. We're going to start it off. We get some materials to get the box right. You have some materials to get the suitcase on the road. All the trimmings what is needed, the locks, anything, everything what is the protection on the corners, anything. I have to buy that all, so and I will make that suitcase myself. I will cover it up with leather. Oh, leather, no. Something like that, what looks like leather. And well, we'll build that on screen as well. So, and then we put it all together, and then hopefully we have a nice set to show somebody. And it looks very how you call that? I'll leave it. No, I can't pronounce it, so I'll just leave it. Okay, guys, thank you for being online again, and thank you for following me. I think we have some nice hours to come. I will provide you with all the intel and so on and so on, and the things that are going on concerning our first endeavor, our radio. It will be on a headphone though, so we can test it, and hopefully the bands will be open. I think it is terrible at this time, and on top of that we have the holidays period, so nobody is on the band. So that would be horrendous. I think it is horrendous if you want to listen to something and there's nothing to listen to, or make an QSO or something like that. Okay. Anyway guys, thank you for following me, and I will see you on the next part, okay?